Hello, hello, beautiful people. It's Tepsii. How's it going? Hi, the Weave Master. How are you? I haven't seen you in so long. How are you doing? Brave, bold, beautiful you. I see you. My name is Tepsii. I'm a copywriter for Soulful Entrepreneurs. If you are new to my scopes, I'd love it if you go ahead and let me know that you're new and tell me your name and where you're joining from so that I can address you by your first name. Hello, hello. It's so excited to see you. It's Tepsii here. I'm joined. Hi, Dad. Guys, there's my dad, Josie Cororo.
Hi,
Dad.
Joe.
Hi. Say hi, honey. Turn around. Oh, taking a sleeping person to sleep. Hi, Ellen. How are you doing? It's so nice to see you guys. As I was saying when I first came on, my name is Tepsii, and I'm a copywriter for Soulful Entrepreneurs. And I'm joining you from Pretoria, South Africa. And I have one squirmy little person, and I was hoping to go ahead and talk to you guys about your dream clients. So, hi, Miss CVNTR. Hi, Claire. Nice to meet you. Tell me where you're joining from. I love to know that I have a worldwide audience. Here I am spinning around. So, you guys, I'll start by telling you that we are setting up our office here in our new house in South Africa. And I'm from, let's see, it's difficult to really pinpoint where I'm from. I was born, hi Germany. I was born in Venda, South Africa, which is in the very northern part of South Africa. I was raised in Vermont, right outside of Burlington, Vermont. And no, I'm not coming to New York anymore, Tani. It's really painful to talk about. I decided not to come to New York. I'm going to be coming at a different time, so still look out for me. Hi, Central Missouri, I think that is. So I was raised in Vermont, and then for the last couple of years, we've lived in DC, Washington, DC, for like 6 years, and now we are in Pretoria, South Africa. So we are setting up our office. We bought this table today that you can see there. We're starting to set up. It's still a little bit messy. Hi, Nina! I'm so excited to see you. I'm not in New York. Are you in New York? I'm not going to New York. It's like a big heartbreak. I'm going to be in South Africa indefinitely, so we're setting up so you guys can see my little office set up. Here's my husband's grandmother's chair. So this chair has been in their family for like 100 years, and that's their chair. That's a little bookshelf with miniature books. Oh, I know I made you come, Nina. I know, but you're killing it. So you're gonna have fun there, aren't you? I sold my ticket. Someone I like offered it, and someone bought it like this to the Periscope concert, Periscope conference. So you guys can see my little tiny books. Look at these. My husband's grandfather was a collector, and these are Shakespeare books. Look how small they are compared to my hand. So those are some of what we've got in our office. We're busy decorating in our new house. We're so excited. So I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about your dream clients. So how many of you guys are entrepreneurs? Go ahead and let me know if you're an entrepreneur, and if you are, what kind of business. Hi, Carolyn. You guys, Carolyn is one of my rock star clients. I met someone at Social Boom that's in Copy Bosses. Stephanie, really? Oh my gosh. That's really exciting. I'm about to ramp up action in Copy Bosses. Say hi, honey. There's my husband, DIY the law. Okay. so, so yeah, I wanted to talk about your dream clients. So I get a lot of clients who come to me, and they have a lot of struggles about who to speak to. So I want to start out with one thing that I know you've heard before. If you're speaking to everybody, that means you're speaking to nobody. That means that as you are putting out your message and you're sharing your gift with the world, and you're trying to sell to everybody, or you're trying to appeal to everybody, nobody's actually going to hear what you have to say. And why is that? Well, because your message won't be catered to a specific audience. And so people won't be able to resonate with that message. They won't see themselves in the message. Reinventing me. I love that, Claire. Um, so they have to see themselves. So I want to give you guys examples of different niches that you could be in and the dream clients that you could have in those niches. So for example, I'm a copywriter, and I found that for the most part, I work a lot with business coaches, like my client Carolyn, who just joined. She's a business coach, and she works with life and health coaches. So it's really easy for me after all this time. I love working with business coaches. Socially Nina, who's also in here, is a business coach, and I've worked with her on her website. And so I understand the language of business coaches. I understand their clients. I understand what goes into business coaching. So I can tell you that I'm a copywriter and I work with business coaches. And it's really easy. That doesn't mean that I won't work with you if you have a product-based business. That doesn't mean I won't work with you if you're a life coach or a health coach. I'm sideways. It's supposed to be, I thought that the new update meant that I could be, that I could not be sideways and be portrait or horizontal. What is that? Horizontal. She sounds more like me than I do. Oh, you're so sweet. So yeah, so like Nina is saying, I get into her head. When I start, oh, thank you for saying landscape looks great on me. When I start working with a client, I really get to know them. I talk to them intimately about who they are, about what their programs are. I help coach them into what they're going to offer. But if you don't have someone like me, I want to give you a couple of tips that you can use to get into, I'm digging landscape too. You guys are like the worst thing for me and the best thing for me, because I can't ignore you as the messages go by. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get my message out. I love you guys so much, and I have not been on Scope much lately. But okay, so like I was saying, you got to pick someone to speak to and speak to that person directly. That doesn't mean that nobody else is going to that doesn't mean that nobody else is going to appeal and come to work with you. That just means that your dream people are going to come to work with you because you've identified them. So the first thing that I want you to do when you want to you just got used to portrait, and then they added landscape. I know, me too. I don't even know. Hi, Candace. Nice to see you. You're moving and have a lot going on. Would you share your availability for this fall? To write copy, Jen, I would love to work with you. Let's set up a call so that we can, talk and get to know each other. I would love to work with you and help you bring out your voice. That's what I specialize in. I won't write in my voice. I write in your voice. So that's my gift. That's the thing that I'm claiming that God has given me. And so that's how I show up and help you get your message out. So at the end, nobody's going to ever say, oh, that sounds like Tepsii, because it won't sound like me. Oh, I can't wait to be working with you. Oh, thank you, thank you. So there's a couple of tricks and tips that I use, and I teach them in my course. My signature course is called The Right to Profit. Get it? The Right to Profit. I make myself laugh every single time I say that. So, all right, are you guys ready? I've got my pen. I've stolen my husband's Mont Blanc pen. Do you know this pen is worth a lot of money? And why is this pen worth a lot of money? Because they've been able to position themselves in the market as, high-end pen maker. Now, he's got this other pen here, not worth much money. What kind of pen is this? No label, okay? They write the same, but why does this one have more value than this one? Because they position themselves as an elite exclusive brand, okay? And you can do that in your copy. Hi, yes, I'm back, Portia. Portia, it's so nice to see you. I've missed you. You guys, are you guys going to let me talk about your dream clients? Or are you guys going to just be as excited as I am? I should have just done one of those I'm back type of announcements and then just showed up to do that. So I was talking about positioning. So the first thing that you want to do is that you want to position yourself by thinking about who you are and what your life experiences are, what your education is. My buddy, wherever I go, she goes. I love you so much, Portia, you guys. So my clients are showing up. Portia is one of my clients. another dream client. She's a rocket scientist. So like Carolyn, who messaged earlier, who came on, she is an MBA six-figure business coach. She's an MBA in marketing, works, for a bank. We've got Socially Nina in the house, and she's like the exclusive technical trainer, project manager, jack of all trades. We've got Portia, who's a rocket scientist. All types of amazing, beautiful people who I work with, have the pleasure and the blessing to work with. Oh, you're still here? Okay, Carolyn, you're seeing me in my ADHD on here. I always do this. Like, I'm trying to get my message out, but you guys know that Periscope is not, it's not like a pulpit. I can't get up on the pulpit and just start preaching and ignore what's going on as the messages go by, right? You want to be able to interact. You want to be able to talk to people. You want to be able to share yourself. And in the end, when people sign up for your courses and programs, they're not signing up because, whatever you have is so great. I mean, it's going to be great. But they're signing up because of the way that you show up, that your authentic voice, your beautiful smile, your laugh, whatever it is that you've got. Oh, wow, we've got an inappropriate person. My dad is in here and you're being inappropriate. That's not nice. I don't like that. That's so annoying. My dad is here, you guys. Come on. Really, and not like they own you, but they buy your personality. They buy into that dream that you've got. They buy into your smile. They buy into your giddiness or whatever that you've got that you show up with. So, oh my gosh, another inappropriate person. I don't know what to do with this. I don't usually get inappropriate people like this. So, okay, are you guys ready to talk about your dream client, or should I just save that for another day? Who's ready to talk about their dream client? Can you please raise your hand and say me? Yeah, block party. I don't like blocking people because, let's be honest, I like people. I like getting along with them. I like, people showing up and having fun and not being rude and, whatever else. So, okay, ready. All right. So number one, your life experiences. I want you, if you are still new to business or you are, refining your business, I want you to take out a pen and think about some of your life experiences. And so when I did this little exercise, I thought of all the things that I've done. Okay, so my first job, my dad reminded me of this, I'd forgotten, was that I was a newspaper carrier at age 7. I had a newspaper route, and they used to come and drop off the newspapers, and I would roll the newspapers up. But first I would read them. I'd read all the newspapers. I was really interested in seeing what the news was for the day. And then I'd roll them all up and I'd get this ink on my hands. And then I would put a rubber band around it, and then they would fit perfectly between the doorknob and like the edge of the door. And so I'd go and stick them one by one at all the houses. It took hours. And I would pay my cousin $1. I used to earn, I think, $10 a week for this. And my cousin, I'd pay her $1 to help me out. So like that's my first experience, right? So ever since I was little, I've been interested in reading and writing the news. So, put that down. And then later, some of my experiences that I did and didn't necessarily like were like I did dishwashing. I worked in a ton of retail places. And so that allowed me to know the things I really wasn't interested in ever doing again, right? But that still factors in. And then, coming, up till now, hi, Sage, nice to see you. Coming up till now, I went to college for communication, and I studied economics, and I studied sustainability in college. And so, that factors into what I'm interested in and what, is related to who my dream clients might be, because I'm all into organic products, I'm all into sustainability, I'm all into all of that. So then, fast forward for some years, I worked in training and in technology. I worked in government and then in military. So I write that down. So, are you guys getting this trend here? I'm starting to put all of my different experiences on paper so I can understand who I am and where I've come from, all the way back from when I was 7 years old doing that newspaper route until today. My last job was as a technical writer and project manager for the government in a military institution. So, that all goes to say that when I think about my dream clients, okay, I could have been serving people who have military experience because I now understand the way that they show up. Look at all the pieces and know yourself and your skills. Exactly, Sage. So yeah, I understand military people. I understand deployments. I understand what it feels like for the family because I've worked amongst people who were going through that. I'm way too fun to work for the government. I actually really enjoyed my job working with those people. The people were the best part of my job. Like the clients that I had that I got to interact with on a daily basis, the soldiers who were, putting their life on the line, and their families who were also basically putting their life on the line and on hold while their soldiers were serving. So I totally get that niche, right? And then now I have 3 kids. As a mom, I understand moms, So you need to start writing down all these different things that you have in your toolbox that you can use to serve, in this world and share your authentic gifts. The toddlers and families is where the heart is. It really is. I've got like 2 toddlers. Oh my gosh. And, hi Dad, you're back. So yeah, that's the first thing that you do. You can take basically an inventory of yourself and your life and start to think about the people who are like you. So one of the things in psychology, and I studied communication, and it's like very theory based on the psychological principles of interpersonal relationships. And hi, Courtney. It's based on interpersonal relationships. It's based on group communication, all these different things, how people interact in different scenarios in their life. So based on that, I know that based on one theory, the theory of interpersonal, what is it called? Interpersonal something. People like people who are like them. So people also like people who appear flawed. So did you just see how I didn't remember that the name of the theory? So that means that I appear human. Even though I went to school for this, I can't remember exactly the name. I appear human, so you like me because I'm like you. Maybe sometimes you forget things, right? So you need to start, thinking about some of those things and being strategic in the way that you communicate with other people, the way that you show up in the world, showing people that, I'm just like you. If you make a mistake in your business or a mistake in your life and you go ahead and share with other people what that mistake was and how you corrected it, that's a great way to build rapport and start to understand who some of your ideal clients are, because those people will interact with you. They'll let you know, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing. I know Carolyn last week, one of my client who's in here, she shared that she did a brand video for her next launch. And while doing that brand video, she ended up having to reshoot a couple of times. And when you see Carolyn, if you went to her website, you would see that she looks so prim and proper and beautiful, and you just imagine that, like, gosh, everything must come so easy to her. But the moment that she came out and expressed that, like, she had some difficulty doing this one thing, all these people responded to her going like, wow, thank you so much for sharing. You make me feel like I'm not alone. You make me feel like you understand where I'm coming from. So that's a little trick that you can use. And it's not a trick because it's not manipulative, it's just a tip, I guess I could say. It's a tip for relating to people, and you can use it in your everyday life, not just in your business, but, as you're making friends. Yeah, Carolyn, I remembered that. As you're making friends, or as you're, going to a mommy play date group or whatever you're doing, showing people that you're like them really, it carries weight. I cried on scope today, felt ridiculous, but this makes me feel better. Jen, I did a scope in June where I definitely cried and I told my story and talked about my why for being in business. Oh my gosh, it was heavy. I mean, it's a long story. And while I was crying, my audience was crying with me. They were telling me, thank you for sharing your shine. Thank you for sharing your story. It's so inspirational to see where you've come from. And I got probably 10 emails as a result of sharing my story that day. Hi, Carrie. So, 10 emails saying thank you, 10 emails telling me they love me, 10 emails, asking me to continue on doing what I'm doing and sharing with the world. So that was amazing. So, okay, so you can do that. So the next thing, hi, Spain. It's so nice to see you. I want to come visit Spain sometime soon. So I've said that you should take stock of who you are, write down all the experiences that you've had. I've said that you should relate to people and show people how you're just like them. Show them your flaws. Show them where you've come from and go on a journey with them. See how people, hi, Vicky! Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Show people how you're just like them and how you can help them by sharing your life with them. And that can help you a lot in your business. So the third thing that you can do to figure out your dream clients and really get close to them is that you can go ahead and start asking people questions. Okay, ask open-ended questions where people can respond to you. I miss you too, Vicky. Ask open-ended questions where people will respond to you and see what their interests are. Start testing the market and just putting things out there. Put out, come get a freebie together and put out that offering and see how people respond. Yes, Tepsii integrated my engineering and pageant experience in my copy so well. Oh my gosh, yeah, so Portia is, this is just mind-boggling to me, right? So you just always hear that people who are in pageants aren't that intelligent, or you hear that they're riding on their looks, right? Portia is beautiful, just absolutely beautiful, but she's brains as well. So she can appeal to people from all different spectrums because me, I love makeup, I like looking good, so I'd be attracted to her, but I also like somebody with a brain, so I'd be attracted to her. So we used all of her fun little rocket science things, as well as, the fact that she's come from a pageant background in her copy to infuse her personality in. So your personality really, really will matter to your dream clients, okay? So I've been all over the place. I had a starting point. I don't usually work on notes, you guys. I work on inspiration. So if I've been all over the place, I apologize. But this is me. This is how I show up. I've been told I've got ADHD, and so, whatever. I don't really care. This is how it works out. So do you guys have any questions about relating to people? Any questions about the psychology of persuasion? Any questions about writing your copy and infusing your personality? Thank you for saying that. I feel so all over the place in the moment. It's been a long time since I got on Periscope to teach. For the most part, I've been popping on here. Thank you for loving me the way that I am, you guys. I really appreciate that. I've been getting on here to share my life and show you guys my house and talk about my move to South Africa lately. And I haven't come here to really teach in a while, so I'm kind of like, whew, I'm rusty. But I want to definitely share the things that I know, you guys, because I think that a lot of things that when I was trying to learn them, I had to take courses, I had to buy into it. I'd rather you just, get access to the knowledge and share the knowledge. And I have people in this room, Portia for one, Carolyn for one, and Nina, I'm not sure if she's still in here, who also elaborate a lot further than I do because I'm a copywriter. So what I do is, figure out your voice, help you, get your messaging together, put together your sales pages, and write your websites. Right? But then there's a strategy behind that. So I never like to work with people who are just like, well, I just want to get a website up. When I sit down to write, I almost never have any words. Why not? Why do you feel like you don't have any words? Love your spirit and your beautiful family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you guys, what I was saying, you sound like this because you should like this because it's great. Oh, thank you. What I was saying about marketing and what I was saying is about some of my clients that are in here, I can write the copy, I write the words. But then if we just write words, we slap them up on your website and they just sit there and that's it, guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Nobody's actually going to show up to your website. That's the thing that's missing. And I feel like a lot of copywriters aren't being truthful and letting you know that it goes beyond copy. You have to consider design, you have to consider marketing, and then you consider the copy. So all together you have the beautiful package that you can share and offer to the world. But without, if you take out one of those elements, then you've got nothing, So I never like to tell somebody, oh yeah, I can write your copy and save your life, because I'm not going to save your life by writing your copy. I'm going to save your life by writing your copy and helping you clarify your message, and then handing you over to your web designer and handing you over to your marketing strategy or your marketing strategist or your coach, or it's a holistic approach. So if we write the copy and it gets on your website and you're wondering how come nobody's showing up, well, nobody's showing up because they don't know about you. I found that to be true working with a couple of people. Nobody will know, and so you'll have these beautiful words sitting out there in cyberspace, and guess what's going to happen? They say 50% of businesses fail within the first year. You're going to fail. You need to do the extra work. You need to go the extra mile and figure out those other missing pieces, and not just marketing, and not just, what did I say? Marketing. What was the other thing? Design. And then you've got to think about your mindset, okay? And that's what I know a lot of coaches also are missing, and a lot of programs are missing, is the mindset piece. Because entrepreneurship is going to mess with you, okay? It messes with me on a regular basis. And I like to think that I'm a pretty secure person, but oh my gosh, there's things that will just trigger you. It's so different to go to work, work on site or on your location or whatever, earn the paycheck, and your boss pays you, whatever. It's so different than when you actually come out here, market yourself, get clients to come to you and work with you, pay you personally into your account. So I'm preaching, girl. So those pieces will start to mess with you, because, you can be in business in the corporate world making so much money, right? Doing whatever, being the boss, commanding tons of respect and attention and recognition, credibility, authority, all of that at work, based on your degrees, based on your years of experience or whatever. And the moment that you go into entrepreneurship, you've got to prove yourself in a whole different way. Entrepreneurship is the best personal development course ever. Oh, Portia, seriously, it is like no other experience that you'll ever go through. For me, I can't imagine the only other experience that's grown me this much. The only other two is marriage and having babies. Like the act of being pregnant and pushing people out, that grew me a lot. But then, that's only temporary, really. Entrepreneurship is for the rest of my life. So people won't understand you in entrepreneurship, especially if you're not out there in the world, making relationships, cultivating relationships with other bosses. You're a CEO, you're the boss now. Even if you are the only employee in your business, you're the boss, okay? So you need to act like a boss. You need to think like a boss. You need to own up like a boss. You might make mistakes, you might fall, you might fail. You need to get up like a boss gets up and own up to it. Apologize if you have to apologize. Send a gift if you've got to send a gift. But you've got to really respect entrepreneurship. So I've gone way off board, you guys. I'd love it if you guys, have any comments to make. I know Portia's been commenting. Carolyn, you've commented. Anybody else in the house who wants to comment? If you have any questions, I know that I've only had my business really successful business since February this year. But before that, I had some businesses that failed. So I want to say I've been an entrepreneur for a while, but can you be an entrepreneur if you're not making any money and you don't have any clients? I don't think so. So I played at the hobby of entrepreneurship for a while. And so all this time, the mindset and the mental and emotional pieces have been working with me. I love seeing you, Vicky, and you guys. Being here has been a challenge. Talk about a challenge. The internet, the Wi-Fi situation has been really, really tough on me. I haven't been able to watch other people's scopes. I couldn't believe, I keep opening my Periscope app and being like, please, God, please, please, please. And then just now it said ready to broadcast. And so I was like, okay, click broadcast and just do it. So hopefully here, now that we're here in this house that we're renting, we'll be able to interact with you guys a lot more. And my husband, DIY the Law, will be here with his legal expertise, and we'll be sharing a lot more of our lives. So that's it from me. Style Me Pretty, we're going for the night. I love your name, Style Me Pretty. I don't think I've ever seen you before. If you don't know me, my name is Tepsii, and I'm a copywriter for Soulful Entrepreneurs. And you can find me at www.bytepsi.com. Okay, so I'd really love it if you come on over, check out my website, and definitely click on the follow button and follow me here. I have a call. Oh, I love you. Yes, we'll connect, Vicky. Definitely send me a message. It's been so nice to connect with all of you, and I hope that you have a nice day wherever you are. It's the nighttime where I am, so I'll be going to sleep soon. I love you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.